Okay, let's get started. I am using this Stila In The Moment palette. So you can see I haven't used it a whole lot, but I've had it for a little while, and I think it's just like a makeup fail. Like, it was just one of those purchases that I really probably didn't need to. It looked pretty, but anyway, I'll go into more on that later. Using that base color all over my lid, just putting it over an eyeshadow primer all the way from lash line to brow. Then I'm going in with the purple smudge stick that came with it. It's just like a mid-tone purpley color, and I'm just getting it all along the upper lash line, getting a slight wing, but it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to go in and smudge it out in a moment. So now I am using a color, this is a matte color, it did not come in the palette. It is called Wedge, and it's kind of like a coffee latte color, a little darker than my skin tone. And because I'm going to be using purples, I want to have something that kind of blends those bright colors with my skin tone. So I use a mid-tone or transition color like this. That's one of the things about the palette. I wish it had a mid-tone blending color, but it does not. So now I'm going in for that vibrant purple color, and you would think it would be like super violet and, you know, have all this payoff, but it was actually kind of disappointing. It kind of reminds me of MAC's, which is the one, it's something parfait. In any case, the payoff is just kind of disappointing. So I layered it a few times, and you can see it's starting to build up a little bit, but still kind of like, not that exciting. In any case, I am taking a small pencil brush, like a detail brush, going into the same color, and I am just rimming my lower lash line with that same purple color. Parfait Amour, that's the matte color I was thinking of. Parfait Amour, same kind of color, almost, I would say it's almost a dupe, and the same kind of disappointing color payoff. I'm going over my upper lash line as well, just to kind of smudge in that liner a little bit. So now I'm going into this pale lilac color with a MAC 239, and I'm gonna put that all over the center of the lid and the inner corner, just to give a little light. So I've done both eyes now, as you can see, and I'm gonna do a little concealing. So this is Benefit's Erase Paste, which is the concealer that I'm onto now. I'm kind of testing it out. I'm not sure I love it. It's working pretty well. It's kind of thick, so you do have to put a very thin layer under the eyes, but it covers pretty nicely, and it has this nice salmony color, so it's really good for under the eyes. That's why I put it there. The salmon kind of cancels out these blue and green tones that you get under your eyes. It's just usually what under eyes look like, so a salmon color kind of counteracts that. I'm taking a damp beauty blender. This is the Real Techniques version of the beauty blender, and I'm just blending it in. Like I said, it's kind of thick, and I'm getting it I'm spreading it around my face a little bit. I'm gonna do some foundation next, but I'm just kind of cleaning up under the eyes and spreading it out. And then I kind of felt like I wanted a little more intensity, so I just took a tissue just to kind of make a boundary so that it didn't smudge out onto the face, and I just blended in a little more of the purple. But the fact that I have to keep going in and layering it, it's just, I think it's a testament that the eyeshadow's not that great. Nothing special here, just MAC lingering into the brows, just creating slightly fuller, thicker brows. As you can see, mine are very, very sparse, and you know, they're not getting any better with age. So I'm going over with the Anastasia brow powder. I like to do the pencil and the powder together, and that just kind of makes it look pretty natural, I would say. So I am now using my Bare Minerals powder. This is the full coverage, you know, the traditional original formula. I was going to do an airbrushing video, but when I went to use my airbrush, I was like, oh my gosh, I hadn't used it in about 3 days, and I had left makeup in it. And the thing about the airbrush, it's great and it's convenient, but you have to clean it out every time. So I was like, ay. So I just decided to use the mineral makeup instead, because I wanted something very light. And I just wanted something to give a little bit of, you know, blendable light coverage without looking, you know, too makeup-y. So then the next thing I'm going to do is get a little bronzer. This just happens to be an NYC one that I've had around for a while, and I'm kind of going through everything in my collection right now, kind of deciding what I want, what I need, what I want to give away to a friend. And this one I'm kind of busting out because I'm going to kind of use it over the next week and see if I'm going to keep it or not. And then this is the Bobbi Brown Brightening Brick, which has been in my kit for a while, but I didn't really use it, so now I'm kind of using it on myself to see if I want to keep it in my kit, because I like to know if things work before I use them on other people, and that just kind of went in there because it looks pretty and all that jazz. So far I'm liking it as like a nice brightening blush. Okay, going back in just with a little more blending along the lash lines. I felt like I just couldn't get it right because I just was very dissatisfied with the color payoff. A little bit of Please Me lipstick by MAC and a little bit of Chanel Gracile, which is just like a shimmery pink on top. So I'm kind of really going for that pinky purple. A little bit of Urban Decay setting spray, and I'd love to know what you think of the video. Please let me know in the comments below. Bye.